There is a pattern you will notice if you pay close attention. The truly wealthy people around you don't dress to impress anyone. They wear simple clothes, drive regular cars, and live quietly. They don't announce their net worth or flash their bank balance. They move through the world looking completely ordinary and unbothered. But behind that ordinary appearance is an extraordinary financial foundation built carefully. This is not a coincidence, and it is definitely not an accident at all. Most people have the wrong picture of what rich actually looks like. We grew up watching music videos with mansions and diamond chains. Hollywood taught us that success means gold watches and private jets always. Social media reinforced this idea with luxury hauls and designer unboxings daily. So we started believing that wealth looks loud, flashy, and very expensive. But real generational wealth looks nothing like what you see online. Real wealth looks quiet, humble, disciplined, and incredibly strategic every single day. Here is something that will completely change how you see money forever. The person leasing that brand new Range Rover is often struggling financially. The person driving a 2015 Honda Civic might have 7 figures invested quietly. The woman in the simple outfit at the grocery store might own property. The man eating a packed lunch at work might retire at 45 comfortably. Appearances and reality are almost never the same thing with money. The people who look the richest are usually the furthest from actual wealth. If this kind of thinking is shifting your perspective on money and life, subscribe right now. Hit that subscribe button because we break down wealth in ways schools never taught you. Okay, now let's keep going because it gets even more interesting from here. So why exactly do genuinely rich people choose not to look rich publicly? The first reason is that wealth display is actually a wealth drain every time. Every dollar spent on a status symbol is a dollar not compounding for you. A $50,000 watch doesn't pay dividends or generate any passive income. A $100,000 car loses value the second you drive it away. But $50,000 invested wisely can double and triple over coming years. Rich people understand this math deeply and they live by it religiously every day. The second reason is that looking rich attracts the wrong kind of attention always. When people know you have money, everyone suddenly needs something from you. Old friends reappear with business ideas they want you to fund immediately. Family members develop financial emergencies the moment they see your lifestyle change. Strangers treat you differently and not always in a good, honest way. Rich people protect their peace by keeping their wealth completely invisible to others. This invisibility is a strategy, not a coincidence, and not false modesty either. The third reason is deeply psychological, and most people never think about it. When you don't need to look rich, you have already conquered something huge inside. You've separated your identity from your possessions, and that is rare and powerful. You no longer need a car to feel confident walking into any room. You no longer need a brand name on your shirt to feel worthy and valued. This inner security is what allows wealthy people to live below their means consistently. And living below your means is literally how wealth is created and sustained forever. Think about the world's most recognized wealthy people and how they actually live. Warren Buffett still lives in the same Omaha house he bought in 1958 quietly. He eats McDonald's breakfast and drinks cherry Coke without any shame whatsoever. He could buy an entire island, but chooses simplicity and consistency instead deliberately. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same style of gray shirt almost every single day. These are not poor choices made by people who can't afford better things. These are intentional choices made by people who understand exactly where value truly lives. Now, let's talk about what this means for your own financial life right now. You don't have to be a billionaire to start applying this mindset today. You can start right where you are with whatever income you currently have. The first step is to stop spending money to manage how people perceive you. Every purchase motivated by what others will think is a financially dangerous purchase. Ask yourself honestly before every big spend, who is this really for today? If the answer involves other people's opinions, put your wallet completely away immediately. The second step is to start finding your own definition of what success feels like. Success is not a brand name, and it is definitely not a car payment you dread. Success is options, freedom, security, and the ability to say no to things. Success is sleeping well at night, knowing your bills are covered, and then some. Success is having an emergency fund that makes unexpected problems feel manageable and small. None of these things require you to look impressive to any single person around you. But all of these things require discipline, patience, and a willingness to think long term. The third step is to redirect your status budget into your wealth budget starting now. Every month, most people spend money on things designed to signal success outwardly. A smaller apartment in a less trendy area saves you hundreds every single month. Cooking at home instead of dining out saves thousands across a full year easily. Buying used instead of new on cars saves you massive depreciation costs immediately. Take all that redirected money and put it somewhere that actually grows over time. Index funds, savings accounts, real estate, or a business you are slowly building yourself. Subscribe right now if you haven't already, because your financial future depends on your thinking. Okay, let's finish strong because the best part of this conversation is coming right now. There is also a social benefit to not looking rich that most people completely overlook. When you live modestly, people connect with you for who you genuinely are. Relationships built around your personality are deeper and more honest and more loyal. You attract people who value you, not your possessions or your financial status. This matters more than most people realize until they've experienced both kinds of relationships. Money can buy many things, but it cannot buy authentic human connection and trust. Looking ordinary keeps your circle real, and that is priceless in every possible way. There is also a confidence that comes from knowing you don't need to perform wealth. You walk into rooms without needing validation from the crowd around you. You make decisions based on logic and values, not based on keeping up appearances. You stop comparing yourself to people on social media who are deeply in debt. You start measuring your success against your own goals and your own timeline only. This internal compass is what separates people who build wealth from people who perform it. And performing wealth is one of the most expensive shows a person can ever put on. In today's world of 2026, where inflation is high and costs keep rising fast, this matters more. The people who inflated their lifestyles during good times are now struggling to survive. The people who lived simply and invested consistently are now in a position of power. They have options when others have obligations and debt they cannot escape easily. They have freedom when others have financial anxiety keeping them awake at night. This divergence between those two groups is getting wider every single passing year now. And the deciding factor was never income, it was almost always lifestyle and spending choices. Rich people don't look rich because they understand something most people never learn properly. They understand that the goal is not to look wealthy, but to actually be wealthy. They understand that image is a cost and wealth is an asset, and never confuse the two. They understand that patience and discipline are more powerful than any status symbol ever made. They understand that the best financial flex is a future with no financial stress at all. You cannot see that flex on Instagram and you cannot put it on your wrist, but you can feel it every morning when you wake up completely and totally free. Before you go, please subscribe to this channel one final and very important time today. Share this video with someone who is spending money trying to look successful right now. Drop a comment below and tell us one thing you will stop buying for appearances only.